Good time zone. It's me, DjDoubleT, here and back from my little break for food. I'm like all stocked up, I'm energized. You know, my tavern is now like filled with all the drinks and stuff you could ever need, and I'm excited to meet some new characters. Sune is not here today because Sune's decided to not be with the mortals. Tends to like not like being around and doing work, so I'm in place as the patron, or yeah, I'm the patron of the deity Sune. But yeah, we're back in the tavern, and let's continue on. Let's see where we are. Let's see, which one are we? This one, this one, this one, this one. Where are we today? Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Chapter 12. It takes 2 or 3 tenth of the astral moon. Let's start the day. Case closed? Oh, hi, Melly. Oh, why, hello, Melly. Fazoa's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Aura now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes. With the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter, how do you say, a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. Uh-huh. Interesting. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Ondu disappearing too? How about, we tell you what happened in Zofort, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Or, taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something... something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now. So, no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Oh, right. I'm sitting here like, I wonder who's gonna make the drink. I'm the only one at this tavern. I'm the only person who can make the drink. Except for maybe Ondu. Ondu's smart. You got this, Ondu, right? We got brain power. What kind of drink speaks to Little Melly? Peak Sunrise? Or do we make... Sparkling Lamp. Let's go Peak Sunrise. Okay, let's get to the recipe. I need s'mores. Okay, Peak Sunrise should be fine with this one. A splash of this. A little bit of purple for you. People love purple, right? One of that. One of these. And then 2 splashes of this. And voila! We have Peak Sunrise. Pet? Pet? There you go, Ondu. Oh, look at your little sparkly eyes. Okay. Ding! Uh-oh. Did I mess up? Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Uh-oh.
Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable.
Oh no. Oh yes. Initially, I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct, correct. So, what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she's linguistically invincible. So, the usual. Alright, give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, what kind of drinking would you like today? Some charisma. Well, if I made like the extra special version, and then I should find the extra special version of the charisma. 1000 winds, I believe? Because it's 1000 winds and then sunny breeze? Yeah, 1000 winds it is. What you need, what you want, what you gonna get? What can I make for you today? That works, right? Or... yeah, this one works. 1000 wins. Okay, so I need 2 bits of these. Just for you. And then a large splash of 2 of these. You know, it's like a really giant container for drinks. And I'm kind of concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, pour any... oh, nope. Sorry, Andu. Not for you today. I'm sorry. Not for you. I didn't make any mistakes. Alright. This should make things easier for you. Oh.
I can see in his face.
Is it that bad?
Huh? No, silly. He likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving.
But his scarf isn't moving, it's just his hair. Ah, I see.
My detective skills aren't that bad after all.
You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime?
Of course, then we'll be a trio. Detective, her trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice.
I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this.
But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me.
Of course. Couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex.
Heh.
Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment, I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right. I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. Bam, bam, bam. Ba-da-dam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Ba-da-ba-ba. Sorry. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford.
So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye.
I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life.
It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen too.
Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention.
But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the dock, so we made our way there.
She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water.
We watched as it tried to sneak onto the cargo ship.
It behaved weird, undog-like.
I hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before.
It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears.
It was just off. We watched one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence.
A few people said that they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal form sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business.
Not very high class of them, but they made for fine witnesses.
Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And?
Well, we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers.
It's also seemed to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities.
But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. And they said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So, of course, we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't all at home.
I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford.
It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the manager's home.
Did you take some notes?
I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, innkeeper.
Should I be scared? I'm excited to see how much you've learned. Should I be scared?
Maybe. Only a little bit, though.
Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing.
It was so exciting. Like, we snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber, or something like that.
And did you find one?
Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kinds of animals and familiars.
Ah! Dejene! Welcome to the tavern! Respectfully, I'm running a business here, and I would like it if you didn't spook me, but welcome. Have you unlurked? Or have you been looking around? Oh yes, if you want to unlurk, you can also unlurk. Welcome to the tavern. If you want to get a drink, you can always type up the command for tavern drink. Not the command drink, but tavern. Specifically for tavern. Nap. Didene? Didene. Respectfully. Why are you fighting people? You only had one drink. All it took was one drink to go. I'ma fight everybody. We figured. You just loved animals. Or at least needed that knowledge for something else. You ordered the drink. All you ordered was water. Not my fault you ordered water and decided to get a little wasted. I did not.
As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can.
And? Did you find anything?
Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da!
Recipe unlocked, Silent Owl. Ooh, that's very useful.
That's what I thought. Anyways, Laura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kind of had a connection to the reported cases of rabies.
I thought it was a bit of stretch, but not that I could change her mind.
That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries.
And then if it was spiked water, I feel like it would just be carbonated water, you know, like flavored carbonated water, like what's it called? LaCroix, or some like off-brand or something. Neither do I. I only drink it when I'm like really bored of drinking it. Not well, really bored of drinking water. I don't understand the hype of it, but if like people like it, people like it.
They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand.
Something about transmutational magic. I don't know, DjDoubleT. I feel like when there's lukewarm water, like I prefer my water cold. Because it feels like the most refreshing. But there are times when I want hot water, particularly tea. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't make hot cocoa. I didn't have enough time. I ended up eating a bowl of... What did I eat? I ate a sandwich that my grandma told me to eat because she brought it home for work. She's like, I don't want it. So I ate a sandwich. I'll make it later tonight or something. I'll make it tomorrow. I'll make it for tomorrow's stream. Because I'll definitely need it for tomorrow's stream. But I had... What did I have? I had the sandwich and barbecue sauce. Then I made I had a bowl of rice with dried anchovies with my grandma's sauce that she makes together. She like fries them with these like really crunchy small little anchovies. I remember I got like not necessarily bullied as a kid, but the kids around my age were like, "That's so weird." They're like, "You're eating tadpoles." I'm like, I don't know what they were. I really didn't know they were anchovies as a kid. And then, but I also had tomatoes because I bought heirloom tomatoes from the farmer's market. And then I had a cup of almond milk. So I'm kind of full. Sometimes I grew up with like certain things where I didn't know I was eating. Or like I didn't know the name for it. My family didn't know. Until like, you know, later on you grow up. Like for the longest time, I thought rambutan was named Topsy fruit because that's what I would call it. Because my family didn't know what it was called in English. But yeah, there's that. Anyways, back to the story. Sorry patrons. I just want to make sure that Danny was settled. You know, after that scuffle, that Danny needs to sit down and have a cup of milk and like not fight other patrons. I bet that Danny fought that tentacle over there, right here on the screen, and lost to that. Anyways. Where were we? While she studied his diaries, I've rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services.
I thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together.
Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons.
Exactly, but right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house.
We tried to hide, of course, but
we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation, and definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off.
And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard.
Aura hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could see the whole room.
Good call. But then, hey, don't go saying that's about the tentacle. The tentacle is a good friend, though. Just because it's different doesn't mean it looks creepy.
I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep.
Oh no, not one of those again.
Huh?
It's nothing. Please continue.
It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dog from the docks. But now we have proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard.
Well, didn't they? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to like you either because, you know, you got into a fight with it, and it won.
And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals,
No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt. I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife ready to strike. I'm sure you felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like you cared about those animals.
That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed.
Like a cat?
I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worry to soft in a millisecond. He said,
Oh, a little rascal. How did you get in here? Did they lock you in? You must be terribly scared.
and I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said, very politely,
Oh, would you please come down? Down here? The room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead.
and that was a very tempting offer. So as any cat would answer, I answered, no, but I would love some chocolate milk.
Honestly, that's a mood. It's like, no, give me chocolate almond milk.
I kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then, his hands started to light up again.
I merely knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. That was kind of a foolish thing to do. Let's go with the first one. I'm a supportive tavern keeper, and no one can stop my supporting, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Don't know if I'd have ever been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flash before my eyes.
And before I could even think about it, I yelled, we know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right? Apparently, I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks.
I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. I don't know how, but I think we managed to just de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him.
Hearing all of the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars.
She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused.
You're fond of animals, and as such, also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term.
That right there was a blatant lie.
So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad had happened to them. And that's why we're here. Case closed.
That's pretty impressive. And you figured that out all by yourself.
Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head.
I explained that we were just there to investigate, but that it was only also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like animals. Real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah.
But obviously, none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals. But I think they got it eventually.
So all in all, it sounds like you had a very successful quest.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you got to uncover the truth.
Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him.
Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it.
Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not.
What is it then?
It's a ring of beast story with a lost familiar inside of it. We found it a long while ago, but its patrons never showed up. We named it Renew.
Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Ondu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. You might enjoy some company. I wouldn't have minded him staying an only child. You might enjoy some company, so thank you two very much. Oh my goodness, look at a little lizard. Oh, look at a little derpy lizard just hanging out. Sorry, back to this. I needed to get back to Rufus now. Yeah, he gets lonely without me sometimes.
Or is it that you get lonely without him?
He's my pet, so I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago.
Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies?
No. They were burned alive.
Oh. Oh no.
I remember it as if it was yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set it fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Aura.
It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire.
For a family?
For revenge.
Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then?
No. People in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me.
Oh, well, that's not very nice of them. But now you have me.
And?
We're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild.
No.
Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Vesoa.
I'm sure of that. I guess so, Dedenne. Aura has had so many different names. I think it was Zephyr, Malachite, Aura, and I think one other name, maybe? Or maybe not. Ah. And sorry, what was for Hex? And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not.
That's a really cute hat you're wearing.
Thanks.
Can I try it on sometime?
Only if you tell me your name.
A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery.
So you're a detective?
Yes. The best detective in all of us, so I might add. I'm Alina, by the way, but you can call me Melly.
Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I'm Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex.
Like, by your last name?
No, Hex. As in short for Hexagon, obviously.
Ah.
And who's that grim-looking fella next to you?
Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant.
Not by choice.
His name is Aura.
I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Aura.
But, I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now?
That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant at the tip of my hat?
Uh-huh.
It classifies me as a wizard of the Primordial Sea. A silver one, I might add, one of the Leviathan's most trusted confidants.
Ooh.
And all of this knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that leaked to the masses would break the order of this world.
Oh, wow.
But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane.
No.
So, I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I was the reason Vesoa is the best detective when mad.
That is very honorable of you. But the great detective Melina, have clue that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar.
You're right. You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex.
Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him?
I must admit, I considered it for a moment. Of course not. Of course not. I just happen to know a thing or two about the Primordial Sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. You got me there.
I gotta say, You're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat online.
But it's more fun this way.
I think honesty is also a very important skill to a master.
Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Ah, nothing really.
I was just, longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas.
Leave it to me. Alright, what kind of drink do they want today? They want brain. Oh, well, we have just the recipe for that. A new drink called Silent Owl. It's very spooky. So none of these. This one? This one? Okay, this one works for me. Okay, Spooky Owl is this one. And then we got 2 brains already, so we need a splash of brain, or intelligence. Perfect. And then I need a little bit of zoomies. And then a smidge of this. And voila! We have a Silent Apple. Order up. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh. Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas. They're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean? Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Oh, then, can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a new trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on the top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles. I want to see that. I would maybe advise you to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real big show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Aura, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf, you're missing out though. Certainly.
See you later.
Have fun. Oh, care. I care. Innkeep. Care. This quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course. I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Diria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this great sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that innkeep. Worse usually. Depends on who's in the room. No, worse usually. Thanks. There's just not much to talk about. Gotcha. You know what they say, actions speak louder than words. Right. But I suspect you don't like to be perceived, so I'll pretend like yours don't tell me anything. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something. You know, something for my aura. Gotcha. It's on the house this time. Alright. Ooh, well, let me read about some character stuff. But even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm. Even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and Murderous Oaths were all he knew for a long time, maybe they'll be considered an alternate career in the future. Detective assistant, for example. As is fitting for a young detective, she is always eager to learn and experience new things. Though her youth leads her to attach to the people around her rather quickly, on a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon. Aw, how cute. Oh, right, there's stuff happening in Boreas. So like tons of different events are happening currently. Oh wait, are these like all the quests that I'll find? So, or are these just like zones and stuff? Because it seems like I have so many problems. Like different ones. It's like D&D all over again. There's always problems everywhere in existence. Kind of crazy. Oh, right. They wanted a drink with charisma. I was supposed to look at the recipes. Whoopsies. Charisma, uniqueness, and nerve and talent. Let's go with a simple drink today. Let's go for Sunny Breeze. Wait, this isn't an easy drink, isn't it? That doesn't look like it's an easy drink. This works. Okay, Sunny Breeze is good on that section. That's good in there. And I need some of this. I accidentally picked the harder drink. Which, by accident. Ding! Have a time for a drink. Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Care? I'd like to know more about the Chasmscape that's the path to Diria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me neither, actually. Really? Do you think I never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Diria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Diria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Diria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. It depends on what truly is going down in Diria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it, the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion if you've added something for the reins to it. Though I'll be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepared for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed great against any bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen, not that she would have needed it. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that giving me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. Being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Inkeep? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Alright. What do they want? They either want... I think I'm gonna go with the dragon one this time. So I need defense. Purely defense and a smidge of attack, so... Because they want to Frost Lagoon, but they also want the dragon one. Which one was the dragon? Dragon? Oh, Omar, right. What's that? A frosted lagoon. May the dragons guide your way. May they. Where are you headed? Oh, where are you headed? There we go. Diria, some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escort of sorts. I can keep. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Bugging crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you I want that quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. 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 Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now. We just got together. Who asked you? Exactly. Your conversation's giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. And your defense will be better. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy. Like you could take a few blows, so sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad to Themis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. You're a blood and fiddler, ain't ya? Aren't ya? This is just who I am. I've met fellas like you before. You're all the same. Of course. And you've got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Inkeep. Rhea? Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had been just fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside? Didn't have the time yet. I just don't care that much. Just don't care that much. At least come up with a better lie. Or you could just stop asking. Ooh, asking. Gosh, what was your accent? It wasn't. It was still British, but like not so pompous. Asking about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I've been curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree that and Wanderlust is the reason why I decided to come here. To the Tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Diria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course, hello, brave adventurer. Rhea is enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with Care? That one. Oh, Carolyn. Phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but Diplomat is very dear to me, and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. The wolves hate it. So sure thing. Come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. Or we live midnight. Really? Oh, how exciting. Come on. Let's go. Oh, how the turntables. Me going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Ooh, indeed. All the stories I'll have to tell when I return, Innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell. See you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope the quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There is one, but it involves social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back, at least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. If you say so. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with a story today, so give me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. I don't think I'll be doing any of that. Hi, Innkeeper. Hiya, Fable.
Hiya, Mel.
Hi. Yeah, never mind. Would you like a drink?
Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left. I wanted to ask if I could take it.
Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Or is thinking about taking the quest.
Who's Aura?
John, Malachite. That guy.
Oh, nice name.
Thank you.
But, if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun.
First come, first served. Aura's got this. I think you should take the quest instead, Fable. Why don't you two go together?
Together? Is that allowed?
Of course. Teamwork is the adventurer's world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone.
Life would be very lonely that way.
It would be, yes. So you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. And you will get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win.
Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that?
I guess. Would you?
I think so. It sounds fun.
Cool. It's settled then. You'll go together.
If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one.
It's simple. Baya's worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and Mary Morgan of the Ashton Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them.
Baya's friends with Mary Morgan?
Best friends.
So we need to talk to the Mary Morgan.
And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow.
Don't you think that's scary?
No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind.
I find them less scary than wrathful spirits.
Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math-ish, how do you want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those fey crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. It's just you mix those with a hefty swig serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing what is us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I just remembered how well being invisible served me last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on, instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I, I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe, Innkeeper, Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage? That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit, it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and T will make it back in time for the barbecue. Uh, really? Well, that's amazing. Aura, you should come too. We're, we're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told you exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible or intelligent, or charismatic and inspiring? I trust your expertise. Let me think about it. Like, what would you guys like today? I say communication, though. Communication's what we want. Ooh, that's not the drink I want then. So they want... Wait. That one's visibility. That one's more for inspiration, right? Let me check. Ah. Okay, so I want the one with that. Okay. I was wondering. Oh, so it's not the silent owl. Okay, this one? Wait, which one's which then? Oh. Okay, so I need Thunder Sage, so I need this one specifically. I think that's the one? Yes, Thunder Sage. I was having a moment of like, is that the one? What I need? Alright, peak sunrise. Hmm? Oh, right. I'm so glad they told me. That was like my first time like really not paying attention. So I need that, right? There we go. The correct drink. I think direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you? Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be smarter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Well, let's do that. Good. But we should prepare first. Journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Aura. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Ah. Burned to death. I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh, wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First, I thought I was going to die. Then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. When they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. And when I was finally brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know, it wasn't your fault, right? I know. I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. They're right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these 2 lovebirds back together, at least for now. I think I need to go. prepare for our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. You should hurry, or Melina will stop you. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Whatever. Time to go. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run, or hide, or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. Well, you already know all of this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. I know, but you have to try anyway. I don't know what else to do. Just keep going. Change doesn't happen overnight, nor is it a straight line. It's not linear. You can just straight line. You can just follow to some magical end. We never stop growing into better versions of ourselves. There's no shame in that. I hope one day I'll grow into a version of myself I can like. I hope so too. That version of you already exists. Right here, in front of me. All you have to do is love them. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. You don't have to punish yourself for still having room to grow. You're already enough. Don't join the voices of people who have made you feel like you're not. You're right. I'm harder on myself than I am on anyone else. If someone acted like this towards my friends, I'd be mad. And you're my friend, so please, be nicer to Fable. They deserve it. I'll try. Thank you, Innkeeper. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Morning. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Soundly. Feels like I haven't slept so well in ages. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah. Rhea and I'll be sorting some rich Jaderia. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, we'll be escorting some rich idiot to Deria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Because his friend's leaving. Must really be craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together. What? What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Ray invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? Yes, don't be a coward. No, would you like to? Fine. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boost shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've kind of a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna meet another guardian? Maybe. That would be fun, right? What kind would you like to meet this time? Not sure. I feel like I already met the one I was looking for. What could be greater than tricking a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the realm keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that, you? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, dragon, hater, who would you pick? No repeats. Or the first dragon, and the origin of everything, Tuat, the great spirit dragon, Leviathan, the serpent of the primordial sea. Let's go with Tuat. He used to bounce between life and death. One might consider him the embodiment of order. He's so strict no one alive may enter his realm and no one dead may leave. And yet there are countless trickster myths about his escapades within the mortal realm. I enjoy that duality. I hope the dead never get bored with them. That'd be nice. But I suspect your quest will have its merits, even if you don't meet any of the realm keepers. That's true. I bet you and Rhea will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a great sword of her own. So a regular sized dagger. Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing, guts and bravery is something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something, I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah, speaking of practice, you're going on a quest too, Elfie. I am. Laura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that the Sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's going to drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky as heck solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would have ever thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've also always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water if you can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well, mostly I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear, or anger, or nothing at all. Anything that isn't like sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out if you're looking. Mm-hmm. You taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe. I think he might let him stay with Melina so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex. No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. It's like a great idea. That doesn't seem like something he'd enjoy. Maybe you should ask him about something else, something less cheesy. You're right. I'll try to think of something cooler to ask him about. On a completely different note, Kara, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? You still got a lot of little time to stick around. So you say you like it here. It's not too bad here. No, thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. Ain't that her, Echo? I'll get her something from the market or this elf settlement. Maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. No, but seriously. If any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still, don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean? I can gather the ghost berries myself and I know a lot about snails. You should. You've got away with your family members. Do you think people need you here? And the snails would love you. I have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but... A fun chaotic mess. Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Carolyn, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragan or bye. Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to your worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization or alone, especially not alone. Turns out Archie's not only an avid reader, but also an aspiring author to fill his dream and acquire more inspiration for his works. He's determined to go on a real quest. Good thing his childhood friend is in dire need of brave adventurers to help him out. Oh, he's a swashbuckler? But he said he doesn't know how to fight. Interesting. People have a hidden talent for being able to read other people extremely well. Despite their anxiety, they know what to say in serious situations and go out of their way to help people in need. Turns out a little bit of positive feedback and validation is enough to motivation to chase their dreams of adventuring. And then she inherited that huge greatsword from her grandma. Okay, so luckily she allows some breaks every now and then. So we have blacksmith, vampire, ranger, beast slayer, rogue, cleric, swashbuckler, bounty hunter, monk, a wizard, archivist, wizard, bard, barbarian, arcane engineer, druid, and detective. Okay. But I'll eagerly await your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Care. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Some food for Andu. Some sweepity sweep. And last but not least, a candle to blow out. And I think this is a good spot to stop for tonight. Just because it is quiet hours, and I want to make sure you guys get the best quality of my character to like act out. So I'm gonna save this for tonight. And then we can continue this at another point in time. But for now, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who stopped by for this section of some more Tavern Talk. Next week, we'll be breaking off from the schedule of playing this game a little bit. But we will be back after... pretty much after my birthday. My birthday is like coming up in somewhat soonish. But after that, we'll continue with the series right after it. And yeah, thank you everybody came by today. And anybody else who stopped by. And if you see this on YouTube, thanks for watching. And if you want to see me live, feel free to come to Twitch. But for now, let's find somebody to raid and see if there's anybody who would just love some people. So, without further ado, DjDoubleT, out and about, and deuces.